must realize you are doomed.
Come join us, folks, because we're going to be talking about Andor, series on Disney Plus, episodes 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, that's right. 3 episode and debut premiere of the series of Andor. David Rich here, Scoundrels Podcast. Man, before we get started, if you're new to this channel, help us out and hit that subscribe button and help us get to 500 subscribers. You're the only one who can help us out and make it and help us get to 500 subscribers. All right, Rich, let's get going on here. Andor season episode 1 through 3. And man, whew, I don't know how I'm gonna start this, but I know how I'm gonna start this. The intro. What do you think about the intro? I don't know if you can remember the intro to Andor. What do you think about the intro? Just with this the moon or the actual planet, and then the music, the theme, and the title screen coming down.
You know
You
what?
were okay with the intro? Mhm.
I'm not gonna lie. I love the intro because I felt like this show throughout the whole 1, 2, and 3 episodes. I feel like the person that did the music for it, the score, has
Mhm.
been amazing. I
Mm.
loved everything they've added. The intro was, I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it, but the music definitely took it over the top for me. How did you feel about the
Mm.
intro?
The intro was okay for me. It wasn't like great and it wasn't bad. It just was okay. Especially watching it the first time, it was just okay. But
Uh-huh.
after I watched all 3 episodes, it made sense. I don't know how does that make how that could be. Well, I'll tell you how it could be. I could tell you through the whole review and why that made sense for me at the end, at the intro.
Yeah.
So 1 and 2, a lot of people were saying was a slow burn, first one and second one, and I agree with them. It was a slow burn, but it was a good slow burn for me. I enjoyed it. Like it wasn't a slow burn where like I hate name dropping, but like Rings of Power is a slow burn for me.
Very
There's
slow.
times where I take breaks.
Yeah.
This one was a slow burn, but I didn't take no breaks. I didn't take no pauses or anything. I was just
Yes.
like, okay,
Yes.
all right, okay, it's going a little slow. It's trying to get your character development in here. What do you think about it being a slow burn as far as your thoughts on it?
You know what? I'm not even gonna lie, dude. Like I was gonna say as soon as we started recording this, episode 1, 2, and 3 kept me engaged throughout the whole thing. Like
Mm-hmm.
it didn't feel like a slow burn to me. I know it was a lot of talking, a lot of explanation, a lot of story,
Yes.
a lot of character building throughout the first 3 episodes. But as I was watching, I was on the third episode at the time. I was like, wow, this show has not lost my interest. Like I'm
Mm-hmm.
interested throughout the whole thing. I'm engaged. I want to know more. I want to know more. And there's not a lot of action at all,
No,
like
not that much.
from
No.
the very beginning. So I feel just like you do. Like I was shocked. Like I was shocked. Like how engaged I was without minimal interaction, minimal action, minimal a lot of stuff. Like it was a lot of character building, and I was really into it, man.
Mm-hmm. So basically in the beginning, it's Cassian's looking for answers about his past.
Uh-huh.
So what did you think about, them telling the story of of that time, but also, flashback into his past at the same time? Did you like how they transitioned back and
I
forth?
did. I
I
did.
mean,
Like
mhm.
instantly whenever he went back to whenever he was just a kid and he was they referred to him as Casa. Like I liked how they showed like his background and how where he came
Right.
from whenever he was just a kid and like how he built up into the person he was right now. These 3 episodes, like it's a must. You have to watch all three. Like you can't just watch the first one and give a rating. You have to watch all three. I think that's the reason why Disney Plus decided to release 3 episodes at the same time because in these 3 episodes you get where Cassian came from in the beginning to in episode 3, where they leave
Right.
you off until the next episode. I feel like you
Hmm.
must watch all 3 episodes to get at least Cassian's upbringing, and I really loved it they did that.
Yeah. And they kind of, gave you the back history a little bit of I don't know, she looks like Glenn Close. I don't know if that was Glenn Close or not.
Yes, I was gonna say the same thing, dude.
I
She
don't know if
looks like
that's
Glenn
really
Close.
straight up. She looked like Glenn Close. I don't know if she was or not, but
Yeah,
explained her backstory of her taking him off that ship when he was a kid and everything,
yes,
and it was crazy, and I must say, there was a funny moment for me in episode 1. I don't know if I had a little bit too much drink in me when I was watching this, but he was talking to somebody who he owed his deposit. I want my deposit back. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
The big
and then he
guy standing behind
yeah,
him.
and then he's like, I want my deposit back, and then he
Yeah,
brings his muscle in or whatever, and he
yeah.
looks up. I swear to God, man, I had to rewind this 5 times. I swear he went, bitch.
Bitch.
Seriously, watch that scene. I'm telling you, he said, bitch.
But
I
that's your
kept rewinding.
that's
I'm like,
your signature line, man. You can sue for that.
just started laughing so hard. Like, no, this man does not call him bitch. I said, there's no way. I had to rewind it so many times. I still don't know what he said. I still think he said that word, but
Yeah.
I don't know what the character's name was. But anyways, go check that scene out again and let me know what you think. But yeah, that was a funny moment for me. It was just maybe I had a little too much to drink, but you know, this whole series, man, it didn't feel like Star Wars for me. I'll be honest with,
Okay.
did not feel like Star Wars for me.
Uh-huh.
But I was into it. I don't know how to describe it. It was didn't give it a Star Wars feel at all for me whatsoever, to be perfectly honest with you. But it felt like a different world and like sci-fi, totally sci-fi. And I'm like, man, but I'm digging it. Like you said, it
Yeah.
was for me, it was a little bit of a slow burn, but I was so interested in into that slow burn. I was perfectly okay with it. And it just seemed like so like a spy thriller type deal.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it was a good vibe I was getting from it. And then we went to episode 3, and that's when all the stuff came down, and we get the old man. I think his name was Lutheran.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's like a mysterious guy,
Lutheran.
he
Yeah.
meets, and he, who knows what kind of connections he has, because it sounds like he has some sort of connections and knows who Cassian is already. So we already see, Cassian just doing his thing, trying to get some answers about his past, and then here comes this man, and he actually looks like he might have some answers about it, and more plus some other stuff, so
Yeah.
it's kind of crazy how that's going to go unfolded. And there was some action in there though, with a little bit with the shooting and stuff, and they actually had better aim than the actual like Star Wars lore with the stormtroopers
Yeah.
and stuff. So what did you think about the agents that were coming out and looking for them? Because they're like agents of the law type deal. I don't know exactly, because I was expecting like actual stormtroopers or something to come by, but it
Yeah.
wasn't. It was like agents of the law type deal. What do you think about that coming out for Cassian?
It was funny because like as I was watching these 3 episodes, I was like thinking to myself, I've never seen like legit law, like preservers of the law come out and like try to find somebody. It's always been like
Yeah.
the Empire or somebody higher up. It's always been someone higher up.
Hmm.
But I never seen like legit like law enforcement try to apprehend somebody. So it was nice seeing like those type of characters into the show. Um yeah, so I really enjoyed that.
Hmm. And I enjoyed it too, just something different. I don't know if they were from the Republic or not. Who knows where they're from?
Yeah.
They might have said it and I must have missed it, but I believe they might have been from the Republic, honestly, from the Senate.
Oh, okay.
And so it was nice to see that a little bit. And looks nice to see what the political side of stuff is going to happen, because they're going to dive deep into the political side. I know they are.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it felt like a Star Wars, series to you. Did it bring you to Star Wars? Did this feel like Star Wars to you?
You know what? I'm not even gonna lie. I agree with what you said. It didn't feel like Star Wars, but it did feel like what Gio was saying in our last conversation. I think it was a preview to Andor. He said this could be their Game of Thrones. Like this could be their
Mm-hmm.
Game of Thrones of Disney, and that's what it
Mm-hmm.
felt like, dude. I'm not even gonna lie. The 3 episodes it kept me engaged all the way
Mm-hmm.
through. There was no like down spot for me. Like
Yeah.
I enjoyed everything from episode 1 to episode 3, and I feel like this could be their Game of Thrones, like political and everything, trying to figure out what Cassian is trying to get to, and now that joining this person. I don't want to say because I don't know if we're at that moment right now, but
Hmm.
like he's joining certain sides, and we're trying to figure out where he's at. So it does feel
Yeah,
very Game of Thrones. To me, it is.
a little
It
bit.
definitely feels
Yeah,
that.
people telling each other secrets. They know certain
Yes.
information, and it wasn't Gio who said it was my could be their Game of Thrones. It was me.
Oh, okay.
so, so anyways,
I gotta give you some
uh,
credit then.
it's- but yeah, no, I like this. It was pretty good. It was felt like a sci-fi thriller,
Yes.
spy-ish type deal. It was good.
Yes.
It felt like it was a totally different world, and that's why I said about the intro. I got it at the third episode. I'm like, you know what? I get it now because when I first saw the intro in the first episode, I'm like, ah, that didn't sound like Star Wars to me. Well, guess what? The whole series feels like it's not going to be like Star Wars theme. It's not going to cater to nostalgia. It's not going to cater to you
Yes.
with silly cameos. Oh, look at me. Look at this Easter egg, type deal. And I feel like that's what they're doing. They're like, well, no, we're going to keep ourselves distance from that. We know what we want to write. We have everything placed. And that's why they're
Yes.
confirmed 2 seasons already, and it's 24 episodes. So that's another reason why they have a slow burn is they got 24 episodes in total at least
Yes.
for this whole series. So that's why they're going a little slow,
At
and
the
I don't mind it. Like I said, it didn't, not catch my eye. I was into it. I didn't pause it whatsoever through the 3 episodes. And like I said about the ending and the old guy, who do you think Lutheran, could be possibly? Could he be a high ranking official type deal? Is he, I don't know. Could it
Yeah,
be
that's true.
he's
That's
related
true.
to somebody maybe? Who
Yes.
knows?
You know what?
Yeah.
I want to ask you a question at the end of our review of the last three
Go ahead.
episodes. So as soon as you're done, let me know and then I'll ask you.
Oh, I don't know if I really have that much more. I mean, how about a negative? There's any negative maybe do you have off of the series
You know
so
what?
far?
It's shocking because with uh with uh with Obi-Wan, the first couple episodes like dragged. Like there was some episodes where it was like it was dragging too much for me. But with this one, I felt like from episode 1 to episode 3, I
Mm-hmm.
was engaged throughout the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
how did you feel throughout the first
No,
3?
like I just kept. I feel like I'm kind of repeating myself. I said it was a little slow burn, but I was still engaged with it, even though it was
Yes.
slow. Wasn't a lot of action or anything, but I was more engaged than I was like with Obi-Wan. I want to say I don't know. It just felt like a totally different atmosphere. I didn't feel like I was in
Okay.
Star Wars, which is fine because I still enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So I think that's like in the back of my mind. Okay, I got to separate from what I know and am familiar with Star Wars because this might be new territory for us. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah.
Maybe it's new territory for us. So I'm keeping that out of my mind now, saying, you know what, this isn't the Star Wars that I've come to know and whatever. This is the kind of like the backstory where we're not used to it yet. And I think if people really give this a try, they'll be immersed. Like I think how you and I are right now, especially you. I feel like you're so immersed already in this series. It's only been 3 episodes, but I do feel like the younger generation are gonna have problems with this. Their viewership on this is not gonna be high, I don't think. You know what I'm saying? I really have a and but I at the end at the but then again, the creators of this said it's not gonna be made for everybody. It's gonna be more adult like. And
Yeah.
I see it
I can
already
see that. I can
with
see
these
that.
3 episodes already. It's more adult like, it's more adultish and everything, more
Yeah.
so I think that's up me and your alley right now so far. I'm just treating it as a sci-fi, spy thriller type deal for me right now. And but yeah, everything is making sense right now. I have great hopes for it because we still got what another 9 episodes still left in this season.
Yeah.
So even though it was 3 episodes, it really. But nowadays, 10 is usually the mark of how many episodes series
Yeah.
have. It's really only one, really, and I know people are like, well, the pilot, was kind of a slow burn. Well, we're just being so impatient anymore and so so greedy about it, about pilot episodes. Because a lot of shows you have to give a couple episodes to give it a chance to get it to
Yeah.
warm up to you. They're explaining everything from the beginning type deal. So, but yeah, I'm truly into this. It's not a Star for me. It's not a Star Wars feel, but I think that's why I'm into it because it's something I'm not familiar with Star Wars
Yeah, yeah,
just
yeah.
yet. So yeah, I'm anticipating for the next one, and who knows where this can lead up to. And yeah, I don't know about you. What was the question you had for me? I know you had for me at the
So
end.
my
But that's all
question,
about it that I have about
yeah.
series.
So my question was, out of all the characters you saw from episode 1 and 2, or episode
Hmm.
1 through 3, who are you more intrigued by? Like to see where their character goes, whether it be Mothma or even the Sergeant Karn, the guy at the
Hmm.
very end, whenever he saw like
Yeah.
the explosion happen and everything. So who are you most intrigued by? Like to hope that you get
Well,
more story out of.
well, I want to see more story out of just Cassian probably, and of course we're gonna get more
Okay.
out of him. But the
Yeah.
person who's not Cassian, I would say so far, just the characters that were introduced is probably Binks, the girl that he was introduced to, like how
Uh-huh.
they know each other. How long have they known each other? If they show you that, or if they tell you that, and now with her husband or boyfriend, whoever just got killed there in the streets with
You
by
talking
her
about Binks?
handcuffed. Yeah,
Yeah.
Binks. That's why I said
Binks.
Binks.
Yeah.
So I want to kind of know what her character is going to come up to, because I hope they don't just leave her like that. I hope they give her of a story arc as well. Like, okay, now I don't know if she's gonna feel like she has nothing to lose type deal now.
Yeah. She's
And
defiant to
she's
this
ready
place
to
together.
go now. She's against the Senate and the Republic now because what they
Yeah.
did firsthand, cuffing her up and doing that bullshit that she just saw. So I'm kind of curious on what her character develops, if it develops at all. Hopefully it does. I want to see where her character ends up.
Yeah.
Whoever, just as characters that they showed in the first three so far. Of course, I
Yeah.
want to see Saul Guerrero and see if they have something on him a little bit,
Yes.
but
Yes. Yes. Yes.
that's definitely my number
Definitely.
one. But I would just out of these three episodes, that's the character I kind of want to see we're gonna go with, if they're gonna go any direction with Binks on this one. How
Yeah.
about you?
So mine is definitely Serial Karn. I want to
Okay.
see how his mindset is after everything that's happened. Like when the explosion happened, you could see his mindset was like it was lost with everything that was happening. He looked like lost,
Hmm.
and like people were even telling him like, "Hey, snap out of it! We gotta get moving. We gotta get moving." Like that loss for him, it seemed like it weighed a lot on his soul. So I want to see what he
Uh,
does.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Well, what did you think out there? What is your favorite character, or who you're invested in already besides Andor? And what did you think about the series so far? It's a little bit different. Hi, Chrissy. She just wanted to give you your review. It's okay, Chrissy. It's okay, Chrissy. Give us your review, Chris. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up. We would truly appreciate it. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Rich, where can they find us at?
Guys, look the fuck down at our description and you'll see our link tree. Click on that and it'll give you links to everything that we're affiliated with, whether it be our Instagram, our TikTok, or our Discord. But most importantly, it's our Spotify and our Apple Podcasts. We post every review or at the helm on this. No reaction videos, but yeah, if you guys are ever on the way home or on the way back from work or at the gym or anything, check us out on there, and that way you can have us in your ear at any time. So
Lucky
yeah.
you. All right, everybody. Thank you again for supporting us. We truly appreciate it. Have a good one. David Rich.